Hey, this is Rick and welcome back to a healthy recipe. If you've been following my channel, I'm trying to get a little healthier. I have some medical issues. My doctor's been on me about trying to lose weight and exercise. So I've come up with these recipes that are a little easier, and for someone that doesn't like to stand on their feet or bake a lot, or you want to grab something fast in the morning without having to cook over a stove, then this might be for you. I know all the pros and cons about eggs that are out there, and people don't like the fact that they're over processed or whatever, and that's up to you. I'm just putting this out there for what I'm doing. And to make it easier, I've got this silicone muffin pan. If you're not familiar with them, go back and look at my other review on my healthy muffins that I made with these. But I'm going to make some eggs with these this time, and we're going to bake them. So you got your pan like that, and this recipe can fluctuate depending on what size eggs. I have large eggs here. If you have extra large eggs, you're going to have to see exactly how many you're going to need to put in here. And maybe a good way of doing that would be just crack one egg and pop it right in there and see how much it fills up. They're all going to run about the same. So you can see right there, almost one egg per muffin hole. So let's figure you're going to get 3, 6, 9, 12, and it's a little bit lighter. And I've got other ingredients going in there, so I'm going to go ahead and do 10. That way I don't run over and I don't have to make an extra batch. I'm going to use about, I guess, a cup of salsa. And salsa is great because, it's got a lot of good stuff in there for you. I know the stuff in there, chemical-wise, isn't the greatest. They probably have some dyes in there, and they probably have something for shelf life. But it's easy for me because it's already pre-mixed and ready to go with the ingredients I want to put in my eggs, such as onions and peppers and other sort of spices. Now, you can put your own in there. You can put your salt and pepper in there and garlic, whatever you want. Actually, you got tomatoes, jalapeno peppers, diced tomatoes, onions, vinegar. So it all depends on what type of salsa you get. I have a thick and chunky salsa, and I'm going to put a cup of that in there. I'm also going to put in there a cup of mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella cheese is a little lower fat than the other cheeses that are on the market. You can do a Parmesan cheese if you want to in there, or as the Italians say, Parmigiano, and that might make it a little bit less fat. But for me, this is going to work great. So let me go ahead and crack my eggs, put them in the pitcher, and we'll start putting the rest of the ingredients in. Okay, so I've got all my ingredients laid out now, and I'm using, like I said, low moisture, part skim mozzarella cheese, shredded cheese, and I've actually opted to go with a half cup. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up roughly about a half cup. Look, I'm no baker or anything, so if I can do it, you can do it. A little bit spilled over, no big deal, but measurement don't have to be exact. Just giving you an idea. So there's a half cup of cheese, and we'll put that in there. Now I'm going to follow the same thing with my salsa. I'm going to put about a half cup of salsa in there. And we'll do a little bit of salt, maybe about a half teaspoon. Same thing with I can tell by eye. Same thing with garlic powder. If you really like garlic, maybe about a half teaspoon or more, depending on whether you really like your garlic. So take your whisk and go ahead and whisk it all up. Break those eggs down. Get it thoroughly mixed in there. This is a good little bit of exercise for you. If you haven't exercised in a while, like me. And I'll take this opportunity to kind of tell you I have a health channel also. It's called Fibros66. It's Fibros 66. Based on fibromyalgia and some other issues. I discuss a lot of different things health related. I recently had a disc replaced in my neck also. And we discussed some things on there about that. Okay, so that's thoroughly mixed up. It's broken down. And to be honest with you, I like a little bit more sauce in there, so I'm going to go ahead and probably add maybe another half. Just me. You'll see it turn red a little bit, and that's going to be good. Now keep in mind, that's going to add a little more liquid to your mixture, so you may come out a little heavy. We'll have to see. So what you want to do is just fill these up just right up to the top there. And I'm using a muffin pan in the bottom of here. Keep it nice and rigid. And just fill them up like that. And you see the cheese and the salsa and everything coming right in there into the individual wells. So we'll come back after I've gone ahead and filled all these up. Now preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You want it nice and hot so it'll bake that cheese and bake that egg. Wow, believe it or not, my measurements came out just about right. So those 10 eggs were perfect. Okay, so our oven is now preheated to 400 degrees. We're gonna pop them in there for roughly around 30 minutes. Keep an eye on them, make sure that they start to brown up and they get firm. I'd put it on the middle rack of your oven and set your timer for 30 minutes. Whatever timer that may be, the egg timer, whatever. Okay, so we know what that sound is. And grab yourself a fork. See if we can take a look at those. They look like they're nice and brown now. Take your fork and just touch them on the top. See if they're a little firm. Stick your fork right inside. They're going to be a little bit moist, but you don't want them runny. It looks like they're good. That was a full 30 minutes at 400 degrees. Get out our silicone pot holders. If you follow my channel, I'm really into the silicone stuff. As long as it's BPA free, if you're going to be using it for food. So you can see right there. They look good, nice and golden on top. Alright, so now that these have cooled down a bit, the cool thing about these silicone muffin pans is the way things are going to come right out of them and the cleanup. Like I said, check out my other video. It goes into a little more in depth about the review on this. Watch this. They just pop right out, nice and golden on the bottom. Still hot. You can actually see some condensation on here. Woo. Ouch. So they are definitely still a little hot. And if you can see the steam coming off them. Some of these cooking recipes, sometimes they fudge them a little bit. I don't like to fudge it. I want to show you the real thing. So let's go ahead and cut it open. And you can see right on through. Nice and airy. And here comes the real test. Nice and moist. Everything tastes real good. So look, guys and girls, if you're tired of boiled eggs and they get bland on you and just boiling them and popping them and throwing some salt and pepper on them, and you want something that tastes a little bit better, that's kicked up a little bit, easier maybe to prepare, you can put these in the refrigerator. If you want to eat them cold, go ahead and eat them cold. If you want to hit them in the microwave or heat them back up in the oven, it's up to you. So that's it. That's my easy bake healthy recipe for eggs, baked eggs. If I have any products that I showcase, I'll put a link at the bottom of the description page on YouTube. I may put this on there for you so you can link to the muffin pan if you're happy with it. You can use a regular muffin pan if you want to, but the ease and convenience of these silicone ones are great. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe. So share with your friends. Give me a thumbs up and let me know how your recipe goes. Take care.